regard to the hypocrisy of actions. And what is the proof for it is where the Prophet ﷺ, he told us what were those characteristics, what was those alamat, what was those signs of to find in a person to be a hypocrite. Number one, he mentioned, if he speaks, he lie. If he speaks, he lie. If he promise, he will break his promise. If he speaks, he lies. If he promise, he will break his promise. And if he is trusted, he will betray. If he speaks, he lies. If he promise, he will break it. If he is untrusted, he will betray. So all of this, does it have anything in regard to the actions of the heart? As'alukum. Any of these three has any alaqa with the amalul qalb? Does it? Ajibu. That doesn't have no connection with the actions of the heart. Doesn't have no connection with the actions of the heart. So that shows that this hypocrisy is the hypocrisy of actions. And we know whether it is kufr amali or nifaq amali, that does not take the person out of the realms of al-Islam. Whether it is a kufr that is linked with one's action, or it is a nifaq that is linked with one's action, that doesn't take him out of Islam. But if it is a kufr that is linked up with the person's belief, that takes him out of the fold of Islam. If it is a hypocrisy that is linked up with the person's belief, that will take him out of the fold of Islam. So it is a must that barakallahu fikum, we numayyiz bayna hadha wa hadha. We make the difference between this and that. And in another riwayah, the Prophet ﷺ, he say, إِذَا خَاصَمَ فَجَرَ. When the person he dispute, he become immoral. When he dispute or he argue, he become immoral. Meaning he will go beyond the limits. The individual say, you are this, right? And you start cussing on his mother. That is a sign of hypocrisy. The individual, he tell you one, you tell him 1,000, right? He only say one thing. Yeah, he only say one bad thing to you, right? And you telling him 3 bad things. You went beyond the limits. In regard to oppression, people are divided into 3 categories. Or in regard to being oppressed, people are divided into 3 categories. In regard to being oppressed, people are divided into 3 categories. Those who, when they are oppressed, they will go beyond the limits. They will go beyond the limits. The person tell you, man, be quiet, you bald-headed, right? Not you, me, right? And the individual start cussing at his mother, cussing at his family members, treating him this, treating him that. He did wrong to you by saying one thing. So he went beyond the limits. This is what the Prophet ﷺ, he say, إِذَا خَاصَمَ فَجَرَ. If he is in an argumentative mode, that he will go beyond the limits. So this is, alhamdulillah, something that all of us, we have to what? To be cautious about. The brother tell you one thing, alhamdulillah. You want to tell him something, tell him the exact same thing. But don't go beyond the limits. Because now you're going to end up being also an oppressor just like him. There is no difference. Yeah, he oppressed you, but you also oppressed him more. On the top of what he oppressed you with. The second type of individual, النوع الثاني من الأشخاص, in regard to الظلم, being oppressed, is that the one that barakallahu fikum, if he is wronged, he will, barakallahu fikum, do what? He will retaliate, but with only in accordance to how he was wronged. You tell him he's ugly, he tell you ugly too. He call you skinny, you call him skinny too. That's it. He is not, oh, you're this, you're that, la. He tells you, you this, you return that. Right, you return that. But the third one, barakallahu fikum, which is the highest level. The first one was bad. The second one was, okay. The third one is the one that will let go, will forgive you. وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. If the ignorant one want to dispute, argue with them, salaman. And this is what, alhamdulillah, you all remember. When a person is trying to fight the fasting person, what did the Prophet tell us to do? Inni sa'im. Say I'm fasting. Say I'm fasting. Say I'm fasting. And Shaykh Muhammad bin Salih al-Uthaymin rahimahullah and others, and Shaykh Salih al-Fawzan and others mention about the benefit that is in this word, I'm fasting. Number one, you reminding him. You remind him your state, your condition. Number two, you reminding yourself your condition. That you are fasting, that means you should not involve in what? قول الزور والجهل والعمل به. Statement of evil and actions of jahiliyyah, or actions of pre-Islamic days of ignorance. You free yourself from that. And perhaps you tell him you're fasting. That should perhaps put little fear of Allah Ta'ala in his heart for him not to engage a fasting person. So for the third one is the one that, alhamdulillah, he is oppressed, he is wrong. He said, you will not, he said, you know what? I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. May Allah forgive you. May Allah have mercy upon you. So not only he forgives you, barakallah, but he will not bother with bringing anything in regard to you. That could stir up the issue. So in regard to being oppressed, the people are divided into three. The one that retaliate and he will go beyond the limits. The one that, barakallah fikum, he was wrong, that he will only retaliate with that which he was being oppressed with. And amma the third one, barakallah fikum, who is better and alhamdulillah higher, is the one that, barakallah fikum, he bring islah wa afa, and he forgives. He bring islah wal afu, and he forgives. May Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala make us among that third category, ameen. For indeed, anybody that interacts with other people, listen, either you harm them or they will harm you. Either you harm them or they will harm you. For you, you can say, I'm not going to harm nobody. That's very easy. But nobody is not going to harm me. It's not up to you to make that choice. Nobody going to harm me. Can anybody make that choice? But you can say, I'm not going to harm nobody. I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm not going to pass nobody. I'm driving 55 miles per hour. I'm not going to pass nobody. That doesn't mean nobody going to pass you. So therefore, this is, alhamdulillah, the month of Ramadan we are in, tonight being the first night, that we all need to exercise these type of things, alhamdulillah, in ourselves. In ourselves. Bettering ourselves up. A lot of time you find people, they always want to blame others and not really interrogating themselves. Perhaps the behavior of the brother towards you came from you. Perhaps you triggered it. Perhaps you initiated it without, he is only reacting to your action. He is only reacting to your actions. Perhaps. But alhamdulillah, you find the people of the Sunnah, they will always make dua to one another. Barakallah feek, jazakallah khairan, hayakallah. Wallahi hadha yasurruna. It pleases us for those who go to other places other than Salafiyah. Do you be hearing those things? Barakallah feek, hayakallah, ahsanallah ilayk. Do you be hearing those? Yeah, I don't know neither. That's what I'm asking. Yeah, pay attention from now on. Do you be hearing those things? Hayakallah, jazakallah khairan, barakallah feek. You hear even our kids knowing, saying these things, barakallah feek. Saying these things, barakallah feek, hayakallah. You know, things like this. Only the people of the Sunnah walillah alhamdu wal min. That you will hear them making dua to one another like this, like a loose change they're exchanging. Barakallah feek, hayakallah, kayfa akh. Like Mustafa will always say this, barakallah feek. Kayf halak akh, hayakallah. Saying the likes of these things. May Allah increase you. Jazakumullah khairan. This is important, and this is very important, barakallah feek. Because understanding this dua will soften someone's heart, will soften somebody's heart, will make somebody that is stiff and rigid, will calm him down. If he was ice, that will aid him to melt. Calm him down. Hearing your brother giving you salam, making dua for you, barakallah feek. That's important, alhamdulillah. And you won't find that except in the circles of the people of the Sunnah. That's why our brother Abu Anisa, hafidhahullahu wa ra'a, jazakallah khairan for posting that. Listen to that. He say, oh Salafi, spend the month of Ramadan with the Salafiyin. He say, oh Salafiyin, spend the month of Ramadan with the people of the Sunnah, the Salafiyin. Hakadha barakallah feek. Subhanallah. It will come a day, barakallah fikum, that you will have people to pray over you. Who do you want them? Who do you want to be in the ranks? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself, who do you want to be in the ranks praying over you? Who do you want to be in the ranks praying over you? Ask yourself that question, barakallah fiqh. Ask yourself. And whomsoever it is, be with them. Be with them. Whomsoever it is, be with them. If you want those who, alhamdulillah, they are upon crystal clear, upon the sunnah, and this is the one that you need to be with. They might be from your tribe, they might not be from your tribe. They might be from your country, they might not be from your country. They might be the color of your skin, they might not be the color of your skin. They might have the same eye color you have. They might not have the same eye color that you have. They might have the same accent you have. They might not have the same accent that you have. Be with the people of the sunnah. Fast with them. Break your fast with them. Pray with them, barakallah fikum. Establish the tarawih with them. These are your brothers, akhi. Brotherhood is not based on anything but upon the sunnah of the Messenger, alayhi salatu wassalam. He's the only one from New Jersey of what I know. Right? He's the only one from... Oh, my bad. My mistake. Let me take another example. He might be the only one from Ivory Coast. Right? Is he going to say, okay, there is no people from Ivory Coast here, I'm out, I'm bailing out, I'm going to whatever that guy is. He's not going to say, I'm the only one from Baltimore, I got to go find my be more people. He's not saying that. This is هذا يخالف السنة. This will be in opposition of the sunnah. وهذا علامات تسمى علامات النفاق نفاقا عمليا. This signs, they are called the signs of hypocrisy.